Hi Aquarius, this is Trudy, Virtual Tarot, the Psychic Network. And I have begun the Psychic Network in earnest for you. Please go to myvirtualtarot.com and look at the homepage, and we have, I believe, 5 readers who are amateur readers who you can connect with and who will read for you at whatever fee the two of you decide is appropriate. It is donation only. This is the idea of creating a network where people can get readings and give readings without having to become part of a call center, or we can circumvent all of that stuff and just heal from the heart, which is really what any of us who are real healers want to do. So trust me, these readings here, any of the readers on YouTube aren't making a fortune. In fact, they're probably making very little, and they're donating their gifts to YouTube so that you can enjoy a reading, and one that you probably would have had to pay for a few years back. But it is just a beautiful thing. And so how do we take it one step further? That's the way we do it. It's one-on-one. And again, donation based. It's up to you and it's up to the reader. And this is all outside the purview of Virtual Tarot. You connect together personally and outside of the space. And so think of us as the Craigslist of psychics, which is kind of where I'm trying to go with this, because Craigslist is pretty cool. Okay, and so I wanted to let you know that a card leapt out of the deck right away, and it is the 8 of Pentacles, and that card tells me that you're going to be working head down in the month of October. You've got a lot of projects underway, and you need to focus, focus, focus. And perhaps you're overextended just a little bit, but you're enjoying what you do. You feel as if it's important to the future, to your future, to someone else's future. And whatever you're doing, it puts you on the right track. And so with that said, I feel as if Aquarius in October is going to be able to almost assembly line some of the projects. You may need a little bit of help. You might have to reach out a little bit to get help, because you do have so many projects that are so detailed going on. And now this is again a love reading, and I will be doing again month-long readings next month, and but some of the information that will come in these readings, since this is also a general reading, will not pertain to love. And so Aquarius, what I do see here though is you being busy doing your work, and because of that you are focused on these projects. And so this may be Spirit telling you to spend a little bit of time with your head up, because this card is a downward, you know, kind of, hey, maybe you're working on the computer a lot, maybe you're sitting a lot, but there's a lot of focus and concentration. And so get up every once in a while and grab a glass of water, walk around a little bit, notice the people around you as you go into this season of work, is what I'm hearing. Okay, and then up comes Judgment. This is a good card. It is all about, again, look up, not down. And so Judgment is all about answering your higher calling and not becoming distracted with the mundane, or staying in your, well, coffin, so to speak, or the dark, or your box, or your cubicle, but actually remembering why, or what it is that had you here on planet Earth in the first place. And so you do have a higher calling, and Spirit is asking you to back up just a little bit this month and remember that every decision you make should align with your higher calling. Now, if you're sidetracked with various projects that are not helping you move forward toward your higher calling, it may be time to reevaluate a little bit this month and use your judgment wisely. It feels as if you're distracted with projects a little bit, and because of that, you're maybe not using your best judgment. You may have to learn how to say no. That's what I'm hearing. Fewer projects, a little more time thinking about what it is that your true higher purpose is really calling you toward. And so some self-introspection should come about this month as well. Okay, and what do we have here? Okay, then there may be some conflict going on in the household a little bit. This is the 5, looking for a solution. And I'm hearing perhaps within relationship, and we're doing, of course, a love reading, but again, it looks kind of like what's happening now, sort of. It's kind of that kind of reading, where there's a conflict, and the 2 of you are, or the 3 of you actually, may not agree in terms of how you think a situation should be resolved. And so there may be 2 or 3 conflicting viewpoints, and something comes up, an issue comes up, and you're resolving that issue or trying to resolve that issue, and you kind of step back a little bit, and maybe I'm hearing allow your boundaries to be run over just a little bit, and so if this is your spouse, just be careful and be warned that the projects that you have going on will validate you or keep you in the seat of importance, because you make the ship run and everything is smooth sailing because all the details have been attended to. Absolutely. However, you might not actually use best judgment, because you are instead creating projects. You're not using best judgment, and your boundaries are being tripped over just a little bit. And so pay attention to conflict resolution this month, and pay attention to where you start and where the other person starts, okay? So that those boundaries aren't commingled, I guess, is what I'm hearing. Yes, defining your boundaries and standing up for yourself, even if it does cause a little bit of disruption, that's okay. Again, saying no sometimes and allowing yourself to not get buried in the details. It's an interesting reading for Aquarius. As a love reading. It looks like you guys are going to be really busy. Okay, Knight of Swords is popping up for you, and this is great. You're just racing forward. You're feeling strongly about something. You have a cause. You have a reason. You have a rationale. You're going to take it to the nth degree. You're going to fight for what you believe in, and that's kind of at the end of the month. There's this sort of quickness of, it's a movement of victory. What do I believe in? Where do I want to go? What am I doing? And so there's this kind of taking back of authority, and that's a really, really positive card, I think, within this reading, because it just tells us that, and it's controlled too, which is nice, because the Knight of Swords sometimes can be a little headstrong, a little bit out of his mind, and too cause-driven. But this feels a little subdued, a little more subdued, and you're going to be able to take a hold of your thoughts, get a hold of what you think within a situation and really communicate that out. I think this is a very positive card. Again, there is a bit of I want to say disagreement mid-month, and so tap in and use the very best judgment that you possibly can within this disagreement. You may, for some of you, may even find that this disagreement is over children, and I'm hearing that loud and clear. You may not agree with your spouse in terms of how the children should be disciplined or raised, or he may not agree with you. Because of that, we may have this exchange, and you may find yourself or your partner stepping back, and so when that happens, just know that it's not over as of yet. It's not over, and at the end of the month there will be one more round, but it does feel as if you're gonna have a real handle on your sensibilities, and you're going to be able to communicate that out. It's a bit of a delay, but it does come back around again for some of you. And so if you are looking for love, again, we've got this worker bee card up front, head down, and probably not noticing the possibilities, and not using best judgment when it comes to invitation. Should you go out? Should you not go out? You may feel a little beat up from past experiences, and not feel as if it's even worth your time to date, just only because the whole idea of it sort of seems as if it's kind of senseless. But at the end of the month, I do, and this is also, nights can be female and male, and they're usually a bit younger. Air sign, again, Gemini, Aquarius, this is your sign. Again, these swords are your sign, or Libra. And so you may have someone coming in a bit delayed at the end of the month, and this person you're going to get, but the only way you can really get them is to pull your head out of your work and take a little time to kind of look around. It's not a big deal, but you might miss it if you don't take a little break every once in a while. So Aquarius, I am so impressed with your work ethic this month. You really have it going on. Yeah, your only challenge really is to listen to your gut, and your gut is going to inform you in terms of who's right, who's wrong, how much you should give up, getting a handle on what's really important to you, and that seems to be playing out this month. Let the little things go, but do stand firm on the things that you feel really strongly about. Don't step back too far. You're going to start to, you start to suffocate a little bit, and you got to take the time to know where your boundaries are within relationship, within love, with children, parents, all the way around. Mwah. Have a wonderful, wonderful October. Happy Halloween. And oh my, I will see you in the month of November. Please do not forget to subscribe. And thank you for joining the Psychic Network.